Hey everyone, it's Persephone, and I don't know about you, but I feel better. I got a lot of things off my chest last night, and coming out of my shell, and I think Jay Bulger, you mentioned the spark. Yeah, it's coming out, so watch out, world. I think the genie has been unleashed, to say the least. But Tommy did send me a comment and also a private message, and thank you for what you said. And yeah, I would just say to you that maybe we can start manifesting some good things and try and get away from, I know we all, pretty much all of us have kind of gone through the whole, conspiracy theory stuff, and, obviously it's out there, it's happening, and we're here to fight it. So start focusing on some really positive things and let the conspiracy people fall away into the old world and let them, do their thing and focus on waking people up, and make some vids. Let us see who you are, and that goes for the rest of us. Keep making vids and sharing yourself with the world, and keep waking people up. I felt the call, and that's why I'm doing this, and also just to really connect with my family again for the first time in this lifetime, and yeah, so that's why I'm doing it. I had so many wonderful comments, and I think the last video kind of sent a ripple effect through the community. I was on one, and I think that was heard, and I was upset, and you guys really were there for me. So you rock, you're awesome, we're doing great things, and I'm so glad to be a part of this community and this family. So love and blessings to everybody. And I had so many things to talk about today. If I didn't write them down, I would probably forget them all at this point, because it's been a really long day, going on very little sleep since about 6 o'clock this morning. It is now almost 11 o'clock my time, and I'm starting to lose my voice, so let's see if we can get through this, and hopefully have some of my voice left at the end of it. I definitely have been having trouble sleeping, other than just, staying up and wanting to watch videos. Lazy B just put out a new video and was talking about she's having serious trouble sleeping because the energy that's coming through is so strong, and she gets really hard jerks that wake her up. I've been getting exactly the same thing, and it looks like some other people have too. I really feel like there's another wave. It comes in waves, from what I understand and what I felt. Another energy wave hitting the planet and hitting us, and I think we're all kind of, most of us anyway, feeling that. So yeah, share thoughts on that, and just know that we're all in this together. We're not alone, and we're all feeling these Ascension symptoms, as crazy as they can be. And I just saw another really amazing interview from Project Camelot. If you guys haven't subscribed to Jag Bodhi, it's JAGBOHDI. That is, I think, their I believe that's their web, or their channel for Project Camelot, and they put all their new interviews out for everybody. So Dolores Canon has been around for a long time. She's a wonderful woman. She's been doing some amazing work out there, and she, if you get a few minutes into her video, it's about 1 hour and 17 minutes, something like that, she talks about the first, second, and third waivers, that have come into the planet, and for any of you that feel that you're Starseeds and want to know a little bit about who you are and why you're here, and if you haven't already figured it out like some of us, it's really great. And plus just some other tidbits that I'm so glad to hear that she talked about, like, that I've been wondering about. I know that some people out there are married and have kids, and I think that's wonderful, and everybody's got definitely their own path in this, but I was really wondering how many of us have, especially the second waivers, and third waivers are usually too young at this point to have thought about marriage, but have stayed single and just are here on a mission and going full force with that, whether we were conscious of it before or not. I've been single most of my life. People just think it's weird, and that you know, I constantly get the motherly types that are like, why don't you have a boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend? Blah, blah, blah. That's not so important to me. Yes, I wanted to find that soul connection, that heart connection from the time I was probably 5 years old, and when I got into kindergarten, I was like, I love you. But it was always just like one person that I gravitated towards, like, you know, over a big span of time. So I definitely wanted to have that soul connection from the time I was really little. But now I have it with so many of you, and you know, it's really filling my heart, and you know, that's been my experience of love lately, in the bigger sense. And anyway, so yeah, and I told my mother from the time I was 12 years old that I didn't want to have kids. I just knew for some reason that there was a bigger reason for me to be on the planet, and that I needed to focus on that. And I'm not taking away from anybody that has kids. I think that that's a wonderful thing to be bringing those souls, you know, onto the planet at this time, because it's such an amazing time to be here. She talks about some other crazy things, like the mothers of some of the star kids like us have had to have their bodies kind of readied for this energy, because we have big energy, and like, I know that my mother, sharing personal information, had a miscarriage, at least one, before she had me, because God, she had to get ready for my energy for sure. So just, yeah, things like that, and just kind of the bigger picture. Those first waivers had a rough time, some of them, so, you know, props to them. Along those lines, Karen Bishop, who I was talking about, and sparked this whole thing with Tommy, I really like her, the way that she talks about Ascension symptoms. I've listened to her, like I said before. I knew who I was and what was really going on, and she got me through a few years talking about the Ascension symptoms, what your body's going through, what you go through emotionally through this whole process, and the earth changes, you know, what's going on with all of that right now, and not everything is going to resonate with everybody, but she says, but I just wanted to have that resource put out there, because, you know, it's good to have all of these things at your disposal that you need, because no one else is going to give us this information. We have to share it with ourselves, and I really think Karen is one of the first waivers, and they do things in a different way than we do. They're not as hardcore, and usually, so give her some slack, and, you know, let her do her thing and say her piece. Don't think that she's New World Order, Tommy. I think she's far from that. I just think that she's got her own beautiful view of the world, and I think that the people that are with her along those lines are doing their own work in their own way. So that's my thoughts on her. Cut her some slack. She's a good woman. And God, I was going to mention so many other things, so I'll probably have to continue this in my next video. I really only plan to make one tonight, but as we can see, I'm on a roll, so namaste.